So today we're going to go a little bit deeper into some of the reasons as to why I started lifting and why I continue to lift. Now, one of the reasons as to why I started to lift and continue to lift, I've pretty much covered in the past, is that I like to see visual, measurable progress. I love seeing the weights on the barbell go from 135 to 185 to 225 to 275 to 315. There's a huge visual difference on the barbell when the weights go up like that. In addition to that, I like seeing the visual progress that comes from losing fat and getting leaner. Those things I find are very satisfying to me. And I just love seeing visual progress, visual, quantifiable progress. Now, that's not now. Why am I being so nitpicky and saying just strength and fat loss in those two as two examples? And why am I like leaving out building muscle? Well, it's not that you can't visually see muscle mass increase. It's just that adding 10 to 15 pounds of muscle onto your frame is nowhere near as noticeable as losing 10 to 15 pounds of fat or seeing 100 to 200 pounds added onto the barbell. Now, those three are just examples of that one reason as to why I started and still continue to lift, being that I just love seeing visual progress. Now, the second reason as to why I like lifting weights, why I started it, why I continue to do it, is a little bit more egoic. And a lot of you guys might be able to relate to this. Check it out. Growing up, I was always the fat kid. Between the ages of 5 to 20 years old, I have pretty much been obese my entire life. I'm 24 years old now, and I'm finally at the lightest that I've ever been, floating between 175 to 179 at about 6 feet tall. I think that I've always had like this little bit of a chip on my shoulder, a little bit of a external motivator of wanting to show up to all of the kids in primary school and high school that used to make fun of me and tell them, look at me now, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And again, that is a very egoic reason as to why to pursue lifting weights. But the thing is, it got me off my ass and it got me into it. Like, I think that the external motivator of wanting to rub it in those bullies' faces kicked me off, and then habit took over. But there's also the possibility that innately it's a part of me where it was, just something that I like to do. It was just something that I was born or destined to like to do. Now, it's probably a little bit of both, but I think I've pretty much just scratched the surface in terms of trying to figure out why it is that I really like lifting. Those right there are just two examples as to two possible reasons as to why I think I like to lift. And as I continue on my lifting journey, I think I'm going to try and find a more solidified answer, but that was kind of my starting point right now. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Peace.